Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to part 3 of the mobile app development track. How's everyone doing? Okay, here's the link to check in, by the way. I just posted that in chat. Alright, we'll be starting in just a second. I just had to get something fixed. Hi from India, hey! Alright. So, oops. Add this. So, first things first, if you haven't been super present for the last two parts, no worries at all. Here's the GitHub repo, just so you have access to basically what we have so far. So let me share the screen for our code right here. How's everyone doing, by the way? Have an exciting week? Anything particularly good happen during Little Hack Week December? Alright, either way, first I'll open up the emulator. And basically what we've been doing the last few times is one, just following a very simple guide in order to make a pretty bare bones app. And then in the second part, we basically added some new interactivity functionality, like a favorites button, and we added routes. So routes are how in Flutter you can basically move to different screens. Like if I press the back button, it goes back, for example. And yeah, so the stack we're using is Flutter, Dart, and some Kotlin. But here's our Android device right here. And we can actually run our Dart code. So when we run our Dart code, it'll go to what we have right now. And one thing I wanted y'all to do is just let me know if there's anything in particular you're interested in me creating. Because, you know, the first parts were more beginner, but I also just want to create stuff that's interesting to you all. So if there's like an app that you think is really cool that you want to try and recreate, feel free to let me know. Oops, I should probably get rid of this right here. Yeah, so if there's an app you want me to recreate or any elements like that, let me know, and we'll be able to do it during this live stream. So this live stream is going to be going till 7 p.m. and 2 hours. And then after that, I believe there's a Tetris tournament, which is exciting. So going over what we have now, we basically use the English words package for Flutter. And we basically have a list of 2 English words, and it's just randomized. It's a randomized pair. And then we have a favorites button, so we can favorite and unfavorite things. And then we have this right here, which routes us to our save suggestions. So we have, that's like another thing, and now we have all 3, which are in our save suggestions tab. All right, and now we're moving on to the next part where basically we're going to be changing some of the UI a little bit. Now, first, in order to do that, we would basically go to the stateless widget part right here. And then in the theme, we have theme data. And right now we just have primary color being white, but we can add some other stuff there. So, oops. So let's change this up a little bit. First, we can just comment that out. And, well, first let's do an app bar theme. And then let's configure the background color. And then the foreground color. So just make this constant. And so, oops. Right. And like I mentioned last time, what Flutter can do, which is really nice, is we can hot reload, so we don't have to compile this whole thing again since we've made changes. Oops. Oops, looks like there's an error there. Let's try and fix that. I see, we have to figure the econ structure. So once you do that, it should be fine. Oops. Let's see what's up with this. This is the constructor being called isn't a const constructor. You have to make this constant. Okay, cool. So nightly see, we just did a hot reload, so it instantly reloaded, and now now the app order is white as well. And so let's make some other changes as well. Let's see. Anyone have any color suggestions they want to see? Let's get creative. Let's see. So we have. All right, for the background, maybe we could have. We like this kind of color. Oops. to a line rule here. And if we hot reload, what does that look like? Let's see. Any suggestions for color? Or does anyone have any questions? Because I'm totally down to answer those and kind of work things out on stream. If you need help like debugging stuff. What is that? Let's see. Let's just try some light green. Okay, that looks nice. So stick with that for now, but we can totally change that to whatever we want. See. So I'm gonna try and look up some stuff that maybe we can add to this, but I'm also totally accepting suggestions from y'all. So if there's something you want to see added to this, shout it out. Alright, so let's see, I think I want to add more screens. All right. If you're referring to the VODs in terms of how long they last, I'm not entirely sure. I just know that almost pretty much every stream is saved as a VOD. And if you do want to reference back to what we're doing here, I am going to post it or push the code to GitHub on that link I said previously. All right. Let me create a new Dart file here. Trying to think of what kind of different screens we should create. I would need this English words thing. Instead of random words, let's do something else. Let's see, Flutter packages, or Dart packages. Let's see what popular ones there are. This one could be kind of cool. So maybe instead of saying, oops. Instead of profile, I say price info. And let's configure that state. That. Don't need word pair because that used the English words stuff. I'll keep the bigger font thing. Well, yeah, we don't need this word bear. What did underscore build suggestions like? And basically use what they have right here for that. And yeah, we also need to import this package and make sure we referenced it in our pub spec. And it says it's version 8.2.0, I think. So let's just pub-get that. So let's just put this in something. And we should be able to Let's see. Actually, probably do that. Yeah, because this has to be in the same. It has to be in the uh, yep, the device set state is right there. Alright, oops. Alright. Let's say sessions program plan. So what we're following is basically the GitHub link that I posted in chat. That's basically where we're up to now, basically in the second part where we ended off. And then right now we're basically adding, honestly, whatever we want. I was taking suggestions from the crowd. So if you have like an app that you think is really cool that you want to like recreate that feature, you could just suggest it. Otherwise, what I'm looking at right now is just adding new features that seem interesting. What IDE did you use? So the IDE I'm using is Android Studio, and basically the stack is, well, the framework is Flutter, and the tech stack is Dart and some Kotlin backend. Here's an overview about the file tree. Sure. So basically we have, for the actual setup where we're using Android API 33, I believe. And then basically 99 of what you're going to be doing is in the lib folder right here. That's basically where all the code that you're creating lives. There's main.dart, which basically controls and routes everything. And then there's the screens, which basically, as we add more screens to the project, we're going to have all the screens listed here so that we can route it when a user clicks a different button. And the only other one of these that really matters is pubspec.yaml, which basically is how you list your dependencies. So if you have a dependency, like we're using this device info one, for example, you basically add that dependency to your pubspec.yaml, and then you would use pubget in order to add that to your project and make sure it's downloaded. Did you use any add-on plugins or APIs for your project? Let's see. So we use the material.dart package, which is pretty common. The English words package, which is just a bunch of English words. And then now I'm trying to implement this device info one, which basically just lists the statistics for the device itself. Is there an MLH swag giveaway? I don't believe there is. I know there's certain swag given out for Global Hack Week. I think, for example, if you check in, which I put the check-in link in the comment section, I believe if you check it enough, you get like stickers or something. I'm not sure how that works though. You should the GitHub link again? Sure. Right. I just posted the GitHub link again. All right, and if anyone has any other questions, feel free to just post them. Yeah, I'll just be keeping an eye on the chat. All right, back to this. see, what are the development architects? Could you elaborate on what exactly your question is with that? Also, one thing, please don't ask the same question over and over. I just don't want to clog up the chat. I do see all the questions though. Yeah, please elaborate on your question. Do you have the architect model view controller model? Not particularly. I mean, with this, we're not really trying to build anything professional. Like, I would only could concern myself with that kind of thing if I was building like a scalable thing. But this app is mainly just for us to learn about how Flutter and Dart works. So I didn't really think about adhering to any kind of MVC. But really, it's just that Dart is the front end, and then we're basically using Flutter alongside that. And I'm using Android Studio specifically just because it has a lot of things built in. It's like, for example, you have the device right here, and if we were to hot reload, basically if I like change the color or something, it basically it basically does a really fast compile rather than compiling the whole device again. So those are the main considerations I've had when building this, but nothing regarding MVC. Good question though. All right, but right now let me get back to trying to implement the text. So right here. All right. We have the app bar. Trying to home this time into a scaffold. Let's see. Let's try to learn how to, because we've done a lot with state list widgets, but now let's try and do something with stateful widgets. Right. So instead, no worries, let's just do device info. Put this as a new color. Say amber, sure. Can you explain further? Sure. Let me actually add my other screen here too. What is the Flutter SDK and the Android Studio version? The Android Studio version should just be the most recent version. Let me actually... Alright, so first is Flutter, and then Android Studio. So for Android Studio, basically just download it here. I'm using whatever the most recent version is. And then for Flutter, in order to get started with that, you just, so for example, I'm on Windows, you just download the SDK, which is the zip file right here, and then, oops. And then you just extract the zip folder. And the one thing you do need to do is update your path. So in Windows, it's something you can do, just type environment variables and it should come up in your search bar. Where basically you need to append, when you've extracted the Flutter SDK, the Flutter /bin folder, you need to add that path to your environment variables. And then you just run Flutter Doctor to make sure everything's A-okay. And that should be pretty simple. But once you've installed Android Studio, you basically follow the directions here. The only thing I added was some command line tools. But other than that, should be pretty much just what this guide says. Does the Dart SDK? Yes, the Dart SDK is required because that's the language we're using. Because Flutter is just the framework. Change device info to dev info just because think it might be conflicting with something that's already named that way in the package we're using. Not entirely sure what this means. Let's find out. Thank you for putting that link in chat. Let's try and reformat this. Let's see some questions. That was the Android Virtual Simulator version. Oops. Get back on the screen. Alright. So we have the emulator right here. So if we want to start up the emulator, the one that I'm using is the Pixel 3a with the API level of 33. Hi from Markador. Hey, how's it going? Let me also just try to figure out this package specifically and how it's supposed to work here. Did you configure the Photo SDK parameters with the download? I basically just kept the settings as default. You shouldn't need to fiddle around with them too much unless you personally want to. Oh, and also, if you're just getting this started, make sure you go to search. If you're in Android Studio, you go to search. Android SDK. And you basically go here in order to download your Android stuff. So I downloaded Android Tiramisu because Tiramisu is level 33, which is the highest. So it's the most recent. And then on SDK tools, I downloaded Android SDK command line tools. So I downloaded those, which I think are helpful. Right. What is the Android Virtual Simulator version? I'm not sure what you mean by the virtual simulator version. All I know is that the specific device I'm using is the Pixel 3a with API level 33, and then I am running Tiramisu, which is also API level 33. Alright, let's try saving. And this one more time. Did you code the create, read, update, and delete CRUD functions in the app? Can you clarify what you mean by create, read, update, delete? Because I'm not super familiar with what you're referring to. All right. Anyway, we have. So we basically have the same thing we had before, but essentially what we would have if this device info stuff was working. The only thing is just this body stuff, which is really weird. I'm trying to see if I can get this working, but I also want to intro you all to some Pokemon Showdown because that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. I'd like to give people a little bit of background on that. Let's go with center class again, because I think there's... So did I code the CRUD functionality? I'm not really... Did you use any microservices? No particular microservices. It's basically just done in Flutter and Dart with some Kotlin. But Android Studio mostly handles the Kotlin that we are using, the base Kotlin that's necessary for the project. In terms of the CRUD, there isn't a real need for that in this project, just because it's just an app just to get a baseline for how an app should behave in Flutter and what the overall structure of it is. I mean, right here we basically just have different elements like here we have the list panel, here we have the push save functionality, which is basically our favoriting system. Other than that, there isn't really a need for adhering to any kind of CRUD scope or guideline, really. All right. I don't need any actions here. Body. Basically, you're just gonna have it as here. This Android info isn't working. That's a bit weird. Everything else looks like it's fine though. questions. What are the selection criteria for the virtual Android emulator? So in terms of selection criteria, there's nothing really. I like choosing kind of the older models just because they're, well, sometimes newer models of phones can be finicky, so that's why I just choose like the Pixel 3a. It's just kind of what I do. There isn't any strict criteria though. I just chose API level 33 just because it's the highest, which means it's most updated. And that's really all you would need. And you can download all of that stuff in the Android SDK section that I showed before. But let me just figure out this last thing. Why it isn't doing that? Okay, I just had it enabled to developer mode on my machine because I think I forgot to do that. Alright. Well, implementing the Android Info package might be a bit more in-depth than the amount of time that we have left, because this workshop is going to end soon. But just make sure y'all are prepared. I'll upload all this code to GitHub, so y'all have that. Because this is basically done, we just need to fix up the Android stuff, or the Android info stuff. But one thing I do want to show y'all, where is it? Is some Pokemon Showdown beginner stuff, because that is something I'm doing on Friday. So, in case you haven't played it before, I just want to make sure y'all get a little bit of a head start in terms of learning how to play Pokemon, or competitive Pokemon, and seeing what that's about. So, the activity we're going to be having Friday, and let me see when that activity is scheduled. So that's scheduled 2 to 3 p.m. EST. So basically what we're going to be doing in that is we're going to be having a little tournament where people play against each other. So first off, there's the site where you play, which is play.pokemonshowdown.com, which is where I am right now. And basically the format we're going to be doing is Gen 9 OU. There are a bunch of different tiers here. You don't need to worry about any of these ones. All you need to worry about is the first one. And basically what a tier means is that it has specific rules. So for example, Ubers is a tier which mainly has legendary Pokemon. OU is a tier that is the most played. It's basically a tier that doesn't have anything super broken or anything like that, like just strong Pokemon. So basically all you want to do is create a team. For the purposes of the tournament, we're just going to be doing random battles. Should be random option, right? Do they not have random OU? They should have it. Huh, that is weird. In that case, I'll do Gen 8. So they'll be using random battle, which is basically just a random team is just given to you. Just for the purposes of making everything faster overall. But let's go over some Pokemon to kind of see what or how to kind of look at Pokemon, how to kind of play. So let's actually just jump into a quick match right now. Sure, Gen 8 random battle. Oops. Is there unrated? Okay, so let's just do some Gen 8 random. Thank you for the session. Yep, no problem. Alright, so it looks like we've got a match. So, these are random Pokemon we're being given. This is my opponent. He has an Archeops. You can see the type and some of the information if you hover over it. Right now, I have a Heatran, which has a balloon. I think I'm pretty safe because Archeops has Earthquake, which Fire and Steel is weak to. So it would do a ton of damage, but I'm holding an air balloon, which means that I float, so I don't get hit by ground moves until my balloon pops. I'm fine with that, because I can get my rocks up. Now I want to switch out Vileplume. Oh. I don't have a great switch in here, but I guess Vileplume would work. They're probably going to go for Earthquake or something like that. Actually, I might just go for Lava Plume and Sack Heatran here because it did its main thing, which is getting rocks up. Can you share the platform link for the virtual online tournament? We're going to be giving out the link when it happens. Basically, how it's going to happen is there's a challenge link, that's a website for making tournaments, and you just put your Pokemon Showdown username in, and boom, it enters. So we're going to be giving that out on the day of, but just if you want to make a Pokemon Showdown account beforehand, that would make things faster. All right, so yep, it queued. I think I'll go for. Ooh, that was not a good idea. I forgot. I was so focused on the ground, I forgot I had rocks. I'm just going for Quiver Dance anyway, since I'm already in here. But I forgot that Frostmoth is not very good because it has horrible defensive typing. Yeah, it's shredded. I think I just gotta go Rapid Dash. I'm very Archeops weak because as that dual coverage right there. It is also faster. I'll go play rough here. Doesn't do too much. Oh my. So it went 51%, and the reason that's so annoying is. So Archeops' ability Defeatist. So it's so strong right now, but when it's half or less HP, its attack and special attack are halved. So really not great. That happened, and it crit, of course, This isn't looking great. I could probably just Giga Drain. Oh, and I got the effects for off, which is nice. I'll just strength it up here just to get to max. Yep, now it deals less. So we're 3 down, but we're not out. Sometimes that's just how it goes when you're dealing with random Pokemon. Maybe one of these days I'll go over team building, because I think that's really exciting. It just isn't super suitable for like a tournament format, because you want to get things out quick. So it has a balloon. It's a heavy Q. I'm trying to wonder what it's going for here. Okay, it's just going for Stealth Rocks. So I'm just going to keep Giga Draining, I guess. I don't imagine it can do too much to me. Because if it sent out Stack Attack, it might mean that it doesn't have a great Grass, which is useful information because that means that Vileplume would be very valuable in that case. Because one thing I like to do in terms of deciding how I play the game is I decide on. I'll just kick a drain here because I'm faster. I decide what my win condition is. In this case, I have to see what the rest of his team is or what the rest of their team is, but if based on them showing Stack Attack, it means that they don't have a great answer for Vileplume. I'll go Ho here. Oh, it Dragon Danced. I'll Sacred Fire. I don't think it's gonna have a rock move. Hopefully it doesn't. But I can Sacred Fire here, and Sacred Fire has a 50% chance to burn. And I got it, which is nice. I might just Dragon Dance again here, or much. Oh, actually, no, it can't because it's an Outrage. Yep, Outrage is and it's confused now, which is nice. I'll go Toxicity. I think I'll just take the opportunity to shift gear because otherwise I'm not sure if I really win here. Because it just one-shots me with anything really, because Toxicity is very weak. Yep, I got the Confusion. Now I'm faster, maybe? I'm not exactly. Oh, actually, yeah, I should be faster. So I'll go Max Lightning. They Dynamax. Assets of lightning terrain. And I'll go max lightning again, even though their special defense is now increased. Because I'm in electric terrain, my electric moves will do more damage. So I think that should cancel it out. Oh no, it doesn't. 1 HP. Oh, well they're confused. Nice. Alright. Now they've got Clink Clang. This is pretty good. We can just lightning here. We have, I believe this is our last turn of Dynamax. Don't kill. Oh, they were greedy though. They went for the sub. Which is unfortunate because, for them, because now I have the double speed boost. So even though I'm not Dynamaxed, I have Throat Spray. So since I've used Overdrive, I get a special attack boost. And let's just go for Overdrive again. Maybe I shouldn't have. I will Strength Step here, because Guzzlord is very slow. Just to take out that attack increase. I think this is pretty much GG's. Because I'm not sure what I can really do here, unless I poison it and then stall it. But I have to hit the poison in that case. And even then, I don't know if I can stall for that long. Sludge Bomb, a knockoff actually. I'll just Strength Step again just so I don't immediately get KO'd. I Strength Step, go to full. A knockoff again, which is weird. I'm not sure why they're not going for a Fire Blast, because that would just delete me. But alright. So depending on what their last Pokemon could be, this could be winnable, because if I take out Guzzlord and the next Pokemon isn't faster, so Sludge Bomb would need to do over 19, it would need to do 20%. Because even if I Strength Sap, it'll just Fire Blast again. And Strength Sap basically heals relative to the target's attack. So the more I use Strength Sap on a single target, the less it heals, basically. Yep. Alright. That was close, though. Yeah. So I just want to give a little preview of kind of how I play Pokemon. I think it's a really interesting game. But, yeah. Again, like I said before, this is the application that we have right here. So I'm going to be updating this with some of the new stuff, but this is basically the base app that we have, and I'm planning for in future Global Hack Weeks to basically take this same app and basically just build off of it, so we can basically create whatever we want. With that said though, thanks so much for coming, everyone. Look forward to the Pokemon Showdown tournament tomorrow, and look forward to seeing me at more Global Hack Weeks. Take care. Oh, and also, right after this, I believe, is the Tetris tournament, so go to that.